Loneliness doesn't break everyone. It only breaks those who don't know how to use it. Most people are terrified of being alone. Silence scares them. Empty rooms scare them. Their own thoughts scare them. That fear is not weakness by accident. It's conditioning. Society teaches you that being alone means something is wrong with you. That's a lie. Loneliness is not a curse. It's a furnace. And furnaces don't create comfort. They create monsters. When you are surrounded by people, you are distracted. When you are alone, you are exposed. There is no applause, no validation, no noise to hide behind, just you and the truth of who you are. Most people run from that moment. They drown it with entertainment, relationships, meaningless conversations, anything to avoid sitting alone with their own inadequacy. But the ones who stay, they change. Loneliness forces honesty, and honesty is brutal. It shows you your weaknesses without mercy. It shows you your laziness, your inconsistency, your excuses. There is no one else to blame, no one to impress, no one to perform for, just results, or the lack of them. That's why loneliness builds monsters. Because only in isolation do you stop lying to yourself. When I was alone, I stopped pretending. I stopped hoping. I stopped waiting. There was no one coming to save me, no one to understand me, no one to motivate me. And that's when real strength started forming. Loneliness removes emotional dependency, and emotional dependency is the greatest weakness a human can have. When you need others to feel stable, you give them control. When they leave, you collapse. I refuse to collapse. I learned to become self-contained, calm without reassurance, focused without encouragement, driven without applause. That level of independence is terrifying to people, because independent minds cannot be controlled. Loneliness teaches you how to think instead of react. In crowds, emotions spread, fear spreads, doubt spreads, weakness spreads. Alone, you are forced to think clearly. Clear thinking is rare. Most people mistake loneliness for emptiness. It's not empty, it's quiet. And quiet allows growth. Noise comforts the weak. Silence sharpens the strong. In loneliness, time slows down. Days feel longer, nights feel heavier, and in that heaviness, most people break. But monsters are forged there, because when you have nothing, you either decay or you develop discipline. Discipline doesn't need motivation. Discipline doesn't need company. Discipline survives isolation. While others need people to function, you learn to function alone. That's power. Loneliness kills your need to impress. There's no one watching. So ego dies, and when ego dies, learning accelerates. You stop trying to look smart. You start trying to become dangerous. Dangerous doesn't mean violent. It means capable. It means controlled. It means mentally untouchable. Loneliness forces you to build an internal world, so strong that external chaos loses its influence. That's why people who survive loneliness become calm in crisis. They've already faced their own mind. Nothing outside compares. Most people panic when ignored, when abandoned, when left out, because their identity is built on external attention. Loneliness destroys that dependency. You learn that your value doesn't increase when people notice you. It increases when you improve yourself. That realization changes everything. You stop chasing friendships that drain you. You stop tolerating disrespect. You stop staying where you're not valued. Because when you've survived alone, you're no longer afraid of being alone. Fear disappears, and fearlessness is magnetic. Loneliness builds patience. Patience builds precision. Precision builds dominance. When you're alone, progress is slow, painfully slow, and that slowness teaches endurance. Endurance teaches consistency. Consistency separates monsters from dreamers. Anyone can feel motivated for a week. Few can stay disciplined for years in silence. Loneliness doesn't reward you immediately. It delays gratification, and delayed gratification builds power. Most people need instant rewards. Likes, messages, approval. Without it, they stop. Monsters don't. They work when no one knows. They train when no one cares. They sharpen themselves in shadows, and one day they emerge different. People say, "You've changed." Of course you have. Loneliness doesn't let you stay weak. It either destroys you or rebuilds you into something unrecognizable. That's why people fear it. Loneliness strips away emotional softness. Not empathy, softness. The kind that makes you fragile, the kind that makes you depend. You become emotionally disciplined. You feel emotions, but you don't obey them. That control is lethal in a world ruled by impulse. When you've sat alone with your failures long enough, criticism loses power. When you've faced your own mind, opinions become irrelevant. You stop explaining yourself. Explanation is for those who seek approval. Approval is no longer necessary. Silence becomes your language. Silence intimidates insecure minds. Loneliness builds self-awareness, and self-awareness is dangerous. You know your limits. You know your strengths. You know exactly where to improve. There is no confusion. Lost people are rarely alone. They are distracted, surrounded by noise, confused by opinions. Lonely people see clearly. Clarity is a weapon. Loneliness teaches you how to endure boredom. And boredom is the training ground of greatness. Most people quit when things get boring. Monsters keep going. They don't need excitement. They need progress. Progress compounds quietly. While others socialize, you evolve. While others seek comfort, you seek competence. Competence is confidence that cannot be taken away. When you become comfortable alone, relationships stop controlling you. You choose, not cling. You stay because you want to, not because you're afraid to leave. That alone changes how people treat you. Respect follows those who can walk away. Loneliness builds standards. High standards isolate you further. That isolation refines you even more. It's a cycle, a brutal one, a powerful one. Not everyone survives it. Many return to noise, to distraction, to mediocrity. But the few who stay long enough, they become something else. They don't need to be loud. They don't need to threaten. They don't need to explain. Their presence does the work. Loneliness teaches you that comfort is optional, but growth is not. You either grow or you rot. And rot smells. People sense it. They move away from it. Growth, on the other hand, is silent but undeniable. Monsters are not born in crowds. They are built in isolation, in empty rooms, in quiet nights, in moments where quitting feels logical. That's where discipline replaces emotion. That's where identity is forged. Loneliness removes your safety net. And without a safety net, you learn balance. You become precise, calculated, intentional. Every action matters. That awareness turns you into a strategist. Most people live reactively. Monsters live deliberately. Loneliness doesn't make you heartless. It makes you controlled. You feel deeply, but you don't bleed publicly. You save your energy. You protect your focus. Focus is rare. Focus is deadly. While others scatter their attention, you narrow yours. One direction, one standard, one mission. Loneliness simplifies life. No drama, no unnecessary emotion, no wasted conversations, just growth. When people finally notice you, they think you were always strong. They didn't see the isolation. They didn't see the doubt. They didn't see the nights you fought your own mind. That's fine. Monsters don't need recognition. They need results. Loneliness builds resilience, and resilience outlasts talent every time. Talent without resilience collapses under pressure. Resilience without talent adapts and wins. That's why lonely people survive chaos better. They've already been tested. If you are lonely right now, don't numb it. Don't escape it. Don't curse it. Use it. Train your body. Train your mind. Train your discipline. Let loneliness strip you down until only strength remains. Because once you become comfortable alone, nothing can threaten you. Abandonment loses power. Rejection loses power. Silence loses power. You become self-sufficient, and self-sufficient minds are unstoppable. Loneliness builds monsters, not the kind that destroy others, the kind that master themselves. And self-mastery is the highest form of dominance.